Hey, Jeremiah.
How's it going?
I'm doing fine. Hope you are. Thanks for joining us for a few minutes today. We will grab a few questions and get you out of here. First one will come from Andrew Jones.
Hey, Jeremiah. So a lot of people are talking about Curious getting his first start this week, and he's only played in one college game. So from your vantage point, what are some of the things about him that impress you?
Oh man, I mean, just the first day of fall camp, I think it was just his organic talent that we saw in the first couple of days without even really knowing like the schemes. He's got really good speed and a point of attack, and that's something we really need at that nickel spot, someone who can cover, but also to go and fit in the run fit. And that's something I've saw from him for the first month he got here, that he's not scared to go and get in the run fit and get physical inside.
Trey said yesterday that he's been working on him a little bit with the mental side of the position, that, the physical stuff's all there like you're talking about. How much progress has he made just in the last week when he learned that he was actually going to be starting?
Oh, a lot. I mean, at the beginning of this week, we have certain checks for our 2x2 formations and our 3x1 formations. And a couple of weeks ago, he would always ask me like, okay, what do we have in this formation? What do we have like during the play? Now he's looking at me, telling me like what we have, and I just give him a nod like, yeah, okay, yeah, we're on the same page. So, I mean, he made a huge leap. I mean, he's in the film room, like you said, with Trey every single day trying to get better, because Trey's played that position for a year and a half, or even before the coaches got here, he played nickel his freshman year. So I think Trey's doing a great job of guiding him at the nickel spot.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Let's go to Ross Martin.
Yeah, I actually have some more Conley questions. When you saw this guy as a freshman, like in June or July, I mean, did he really stand out in terms of what he brought physically?
Oh, yeah. Even when he came in as a freshman, like before he even got in pads, he came in like, man, like, look at that kid over there. He looks like a grown man. Doesn't like he's already ripped up and bulked up already. Looks like he's ready to go on the field. So, yeah, when he came in, I think the thing that impressed me the most, not even just the physical side of it, but just how much he wanted to learn the position. Like he wanted to learn the next step. He knew it took another a step from high school to learn, especially with Bateman's defense, really multiple. So I think that's really the thing that most impressed me the most, because he's one of the freshmen who came in. He was ready to learn since day one.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of this, but I mean, I think his natural position is eventually going to be safety, I believe. But at nickelback, what does he bring that helps him there? Because he seems like a pretty big nickelback compared to maybe some guys we've seen before.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he's big, but he can also run. Like I think he's a 4'4" guy, like 4'5". Like he can run with the slots, and I think nickel's a great spot for him because he looks for contact. Like he's used to going in and fitting up the play. That's why I think Bateman it has him comfortable at nickel spot, because he has to fall in the run fit when the back's away from him all the time.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Okay, let's move to Brian Keys. Brian.
Hey, Jeremiah. I wanted to ask what your mental health has been like, especially after the Charlotte game got canceled, and just what it's been like, never really knowing if any of these games are actually going to happen.
For me, I've been fine, honestly. I mean, from what we've learned about 2020, like, you can expect the unexpected now. Like, nothing's unthinkable or out of the ordinary anymore. Like, you just got to be prepared to switch things up if something doesn't go your way. Obviously, after Thursday practice last week, we were upset we didn't get to play, but the whole morale of the team was just like, okay, like, let's get ready for next week. Let's find out if we have to play someone or if we just got to get ready for Boston College. So I've been fine. It's just this whole year has been crazy. So you just got to be able to go with the flow of it.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm not asking you to name any names, but have you seen anybody who's just, been kind of struggling with, with anything that's been happening this year, either the pandemic or anything else?
It's funny that you say that, because we just got done with practice, and we had a kind of a third and second string a little scrimmage going on at the end of practice, and everybody on the team was like energized, hyping it up, and everybody just looked so alive and happy to be out here. And it's kind of a practice where you're like, you come out and you're like, okay, we're not playing this week. Why do we have to be out here? Why are we practicing? But it didn't look like that today. It looked like everybody was happy and like ready to go and energized for practice. So to answer your question, I really haven't seen anybody who is down and out. Even the freshmen who really aren't playing are all bought in if they have to work on scout team or if they're working on their special teams.
All right. Awesome. Thanks a lot.
All right. CL Brown, you're up.
Jeremiah, so how will you spend this coming Saturday, not playing a game? Will you indulge in all the games that are played, just like soak all of that up? Because, in the pandemic, it's not like you can go places and really be out and take advantage of downtime in the football season where normally you never have that kind of downtime. So how do you deal with that time?
I would probably do the same thing I did last Saturday. My brother, back in Georgia, actually plays travel baseball, and his games are now filmed. Like you can sit there and watch it on the computer, and usually his games start at like 9, 8 before like college football starts at 12. So I'll probably wake up in the morning, watch him play, call my mom after the game, ask like what she thought about the game, and then just watch Boston College, watch Virginia Tech, and watch all the games all the teams we have to face prior and get ready to play again and see what they have.
Do you feel like from a preparation standpoint, because, you haven't played in a while, that that everybody's offense by heart by now?
Right. Yeah, looking at the first 2 weeks of college football, watching the teams we face, you're starting to kind of pick up on those tendencies, like of what they run. But there's always a wrinkle in every single week. So you just try to see what wrinkle they put in their offense to see what they changed and get ready for it.
Thanks.
All right. Let's go to Chapel Fowler.
Hey, Jeremiah. From a versatility standpoint, what impresses you most about Trey Morrison and all the positions that he's flip-flopped at since he got here?
Probably it's kind of the same with this. Like he reminds me of JQ, just with a little bit less rocks in his back pocket. He loves to get in the run fit, and he can run and cover. So, but the biggest jump from last year to this year that I can see out of Trey Morrison is just how vocal he's been, especially at playing the safety position full time now. He's taken great pride in being vocal to the linebackers, but not just us, but also the corners who also have to get the calls.
And I know you guys are from the same state, same classes. He's someone you knew of or were aware of whenever y'all were in high school?
No, I was never aware of Trey in high school. He was in Atlanta. I believe he was at a Christian school, and I'm about 45 minutes south of Atlanta, so I'm kind of away from all those teams. But when he got here, I always keep up with the Georgia guys who came in, and he was a standout. Like first day he came in, you could see his speed and his flashes of potential of what he has, and it's starting to show up on Saturdays, and you can see it.
Thanks.
All right, Ross, real quick, last one.
Appreciate it, Mark. Quickly, leadership-wise, Miles Woolfolk is no longer with the program. What is the status of leadership? Are you taking a bigger role, or are you kind of the guy there kind of putting everything together on defense?
Yes, personally, I feel like I'm the guy who's out there to get everybody set up, whether it's the D-line, whether it's the secondary, whether it's the nickel or corners. I feel like if we bust in a play where I have to be vocal and get all the calls out and we bust on it, I take that on me. If we mess up, I take part on, like, I have to get those guys lined up and ready to go, not the guy who MI'd. So to answer your question, yes, I feel like I take full responsibility of the defense and being vocal and getting the calls out. But like you said, with Wolf being gone in the back end, I think Trey's stepped up really big because we need in the secondary. We're gonna need somebody to be vocal because being inside the box, we can't see everything. We try to see everything, but we can't. And with having Trey back there and being so vocal, I think that's going to be a great safety blanket for us this year.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Jeremiah. Appreciate your time.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one.